Hello, and welcome to May's update. I know there was no update in March or April, predominantly because in March my wife and children caught COVID, and they're okay. They're all fine now. But I spent 3 weeks essentially being the dog's body and doing stuff, and didn't really get much of anything else done, and so I'm a bit behind with stuff. Trying to catch up with edits and writing and stuff. And so that's why there's not been one for a couple of months. I'm hoping now there'll be more when they're meant to be regular. So, excuse me. I have a list of stuff to talk about. Anyone who's ever seen a previous video of mine and knows when I don't have a list, I ramble. And I do ramble when I do have a list, but yeah, ramble. If you can hear beeps, it's because my email keeps coming through, so I'm just going to stop that. Thank you. Right. A few things. First of all, sales. There are some books of mine on sale, or in a sale, should I say, because they're always on sale. In a sale. Crimes Against Magic in the UK on Kindle is only 99p, or £1. I can't remember which. So if you haven't read Crimes Against Magic and you haven't read anything I've ever written and you want to give it a go, now's probably the time because it's cheap. I hope you like it if you decide to. The other things that are on sale are Black Coat and Frozen Rage, both of which are 99p in the UK and 99 cents in the US. So if you haven't read Frozen Rage, which is my ode to the Poirot murder mystery, or Black Coat, which is my first science fiction book, please do have a go and see if you like it. Hopefully you do, and then you buy everything else I've read, and awesome. Written, even not read, obviously, because it's been a long day already. It's only 12:20. Right, next. At the weekend, my new book, No Gods, Only Monsters, came out. It's the Diana novel, set in ancient Rome. It's in the Helicon universe, but it's set like a couple of hundred years before Nate is even born, so you don't need any prior knowledge. It came out on Sunday. It got its little orange bestseller sticker, so that's always nice because it's nice to see. And the reviews for it have been excellent. The vast majority of people have really liked it, and I'm really happy with it. It's sold well. People like it. It's good. If you haven't read it yet, it is available on Kindle and paperback at the moment. It will be available on Audible. I don't know when, but it is definitely coming at some point, and I'll let you know when I know. But yes, thank you very much to everyone who picked up a copy. I'm glad you enjoyed it for the most part. For the people who, you know what I meant. Anyway, the next thing, and why my brain is ski, Riftborn. So, Riftborn book, Riftborn, for those of you who don't know, actually first, I guess, is my new series with Podium Publishing. It's an urban fantasy. The first book is set in New York City, in Brooklyn. You'll notice from my voice that I am not from Brooklyn. Yeah, that's what Google Earth is for. And having friends who live in Brooklyn. Yeah, it's not all set in Brooklyn, but it's just the first book is set there. And it's a bit of a departure from the Harlequin stuff. It's a bit more grounded in noir-ish and monsters and stuff. Then the Harlequin sort of bombastic, epic, heroic craziness that it became, which I love, by the way. But yeah, this is a lot more noir. Someone asked me the other day, and the way I described it was that the Helen Chronicles is my Avengers, and this is my Daredevil sort of stuff. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Finished the edits of book 1, writing book 2, and then I have to immediately jump into writing book 3 because, you know, deadlines. And they're going okay. The first book's been completely edited and fine, and the editor enjoyed it, so that is a first flipping hurdle. The second book is coming along quite nicely, and it should be done next week, this week, next week. Let's say next week, if my editor watches this. Next week. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I hope people enjoy it, but I don't know when it's coming out, so I can't tell you. The next thing is writing in general. What will I be doing afterwards? Well, I know people want a sequel to No Gods. That's probably not happening this year. They want a sequel to Black Coat. That's probably not happening this year either. I'm just swamped. But I do also have a contract to write 2 more novellas, and so the first thing I'll be doing when I finish the third Riftborn book is writing that novella. And the novella is about Galahad, Mordred, and Nate when they were young. So yeah, that's my next thing after writing Riftborn, and then who knows after that. It depends on how Riftborn does, I guess. I did start an epic fantasy book during one of the lockdowns, whichever one it was, I can't remember. So I'd like to go back to that. I'd like to revisit that. I'd like to write the second Black Coat book because I liked Black Coat, and the second No Gods book because I already know what it's going to be, so it makes sense to write it. But I've got lots to do, and I'm happy with that. You know, people might have to wait a little bit for the next book in the series, but we're not talking years here. Just, you know, I have to sleep at some point. So next thing is Patreon, and you don't have to. And anyone who doesn't know what Patreon is, you pay X amount of money a month, and in return you will get things from me. If you pay, I think it's £15 a month, you get merchandise every 4 months, and this month is the first month of merchandise. Yay! It's a T-shirt with Remy on it. I got some art commissioned, and they look great, and so I hope the people who get them enjoy them. Please do not think that you must join Patreon. Some people really are under the impression that it's a mandatory thing, but it really isn't. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm not going to force you to. If you do want to, the link for it is in the description of this video. So, yeah, but no, don't feel like I'm going to force you to join something where you have to pay me money, because that's not how that works. So, yes, that's that fine. Yeah, that's that. The last thing, 2 things. The requests. Actually, no, I guess there's 3 things because there are 3 requests. Number 1, there's been a request for me to do a video of me writing. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. I don't think anyone wants me to just sit here and be like, because that's not interesting. But I'm happy to do a video where I'm writing and then talking about what I'm writing and how I'm writing it and why I'm writing it. I would need to figure out logistics of how to do it, because I wouldn't be able to show anybody what I was actually writing for fear of spoilers or for stuff that won't make it to a book or whatever. So it would just be this camera pointing at me doing that. And I'm not entirely certain how to do that so it doesn't sound boring as hell. If people want to see it, then I'm happy to do it. I'll talk about what I'll be doing and writing and why I'm doing this and why I'm doing that, and usually swearing at the telly, at the screen. So that's number 1. Number 2, last August, I did the first part of becoming an author, and then promptly did no other parts of becoming an author. And yes, I do still mean to do more parts, and yes, I know I suck, and I'm sorry if anyone who was expecting more coming soon. This last 18 months or so has been a bit weird, as I've been trying to get just as much work done as I possibly can. Simply because I was out of contract and didn't know what the hell I was going to be doing next. So everything else kind of fell behind the wayside a little bit whilst I was trying to get stuff sorted. but I'm under contract again now, so, and I have been for months, but now I need to get these books done. So yeah, there's never a moment of peace, but you know, that is the life we live, as the job I picked. But there will be more parts, yes. And the other thing is, people have asked me if I will do a reading. Apparently my voice is soothing or something. I don't know. It's a bit weird. I'm from South Yorkshire. And I certainly don't have a Yorkshire accent. And I live in Southampton. And I don't have a Southampton accent. I have this sort of weird thing accent. It isn't really either. And it isn't really both either. Although I do say some words that are Yorkshire words. And things like that. But yeah, I don't really have a specific accent. It's just a nondescript voice. So yeah, people have asked if I will do readings of my chapters first of books. So I thought that I would just start from the beginning and go and read the first chapter of every book I've got. I'm actually going to start with No Gods because it's the one that's just come out, and I think that would be sensible considering I want people to buy it. Probably do it next week, the first one, and then one whenever I can be bothered. That's not fair. No, that's not true. One every couple of weeks, I guess, until they're all done, and then yeah, that should be fun. But that is, I think, it. I can't think of anything else I want to say or anything else I need to talk about. I am still really very busy, which is better than not being busy, I'll admit. This is the third time I've done this video, by the way, so if my voice sounds a little bit kind of croaky, it's because the first time I did it, I forgot to put the big light on, and it was just, when, for some reason, it was nice and bright outside when I started, and then by the time I finished it was pitch black. The only things you could see were my face and Casey Jones's mask. I don't want to creep out the algorithm for YouTube and get like kicked off for doing some weird creepy thing where I was just some toy in a hockey mask in darkness. And then the second time I tried it, and I pressed a button, and it did not work. So this is the third time. So if you want to see more videos from me, and honestly, yeah, I'm happy to do them if people want to see them, please do subscribe and like. And also there's a little bell that I knew nothing about, and apparently it notifies you when I do a video, and that's very exciting. I also have I'll put links for the following bits in the video. I also have a page on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, and a group on Facebook as well, where people talk about my books, and I occasionally come in and make witty comments about stuff. That's not true. That never happens. But yeah, if you want to join, then feel free. And another reminder that Patreon is not mandatory. Seriously. Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's just an extra bit of income so that it helps. Every little bit helps, especially in 2022 when, 2022. Cracking. So yeah, so that's that. That's me done. Take care of yourselves, and I will be back probably next week with the reading of No Gods, because I've got chapters to write of Riftborn first. So, goodbye, and thanks for watching. Bye.